Hi guys, it's ASMR October. Welcome back to my channel. So tonight I'm going to be doing kind of like a soft-spoken, whispering hybrid video. I'm sure depending on what order the videos go up, you'll see that I'm filming more than one video a night now. And honestly, after whispering for like a certain amount of time, my throat just starts to get like scratchy. So I kind of just am gonna do a soft spoken, and hopefully you guys like that. As you can see, there's definitely like a theme going with a lot of my videos recently, just like Halloween-y, urban legends, facts kinds of videos. So I hope you guys like that. Obviously, with everything going on right now, it's just super easy to crank these kinds of videos out. Personally, I like these kinds of videos the best. I love like rambly or like not nonsensical videos, but just like videos that are pretty easy to listen to. So I hope these are easy to listen to for you. So tonight I am going to be doing a video reading off 10 historical facts about autumn that you probably didn't know. So for those of you who are new to my channel or haven't watched like some of my older videos, the reason that my channel name is ASMR October is because I was born in October. So I have always been a really big fan of the fall season. In addition to it being the season of my birthday, I just feel like fall has some of the best food, some awesome holidays. Halloween is my favorite. I just think it's a really good time of year for weather. I love like fall fashion, like comfy sweaters and flannels and boots. Like, it's just such a good time of year. And even though it's not the beginning of the year, I do feel like there's something very refreshing. You know, people are going back to school. The summer has ended and it's almost like a refresh for a lot of people. So I'm a big fan of fall for many reasons, but that's why the channel is ASMR October. I definitely feel like the month of October and fall in general is a big part of who I am, and what I like. So that is where the name came from. So if you didn't know that, now you know. So I'm just gonna kind of go in order here and read the facts, and then if I have anything else to add, I will do that. Shout out to my apartment for all the creepy extra noise. So the first fact is that bobbing for apples was actually a UK dating technique. So in the United Kingdom, from as early as the 14th century into the 1800s, the girls marked apples before dumping them in a barrel of water. As boys would bob for the apples, future couplings were determined. It was said that if the boy bit the apple on their first try, the pairing was fate and they were made for each other. If he got it on his second try, the relationship wouldn't last long, and if it took him 3 or more shots to get the apple, the pairing was ill-fated. That's gross. I remember when I was younger, like my school did like a Halloween, or not a Halloween festival, autumn festival maybe, and people would bob for apples, and like now as an adult, like I never wanted to do that, but like now as an adult, I like am horrified at how gross that activity is. Like maybe if like you were doing it with like your immediate family, it's like okay, like you already are cross-contaminating, but like ugh, I would never want to do that like with strangers, or it's just so gross. That's a very like yucky tradition, but very interesting to hear where it stemmed from. Number 2, candy corn was originally called chicken feed. So I'll let you know, by the way, that I am a candy corn lover. I know some people, candy corn is one of those things that's really like either you love it or you hate it, and I love it. I like candy corn and the candy pumpkins. I am not a fan the ones with the chocolate in them. They're called like the Harvest collection or something. I don't know, but like the ones that have the brown, which is chocolate, I don't like those. Just give me straight sugar to the mouth. Like that's how I want it. I'm really sorry about all the race cars. Like I said, once I move, I am pretty confident we're not gonna have that kind of stuff. The neighborhood that we're moving to is pretty quiet. So, and hopefully I'll be able, either by the time this video goes up or probably not after, I don't know, by the time hopefully this video goes up, there will have been an update video about the house and our status, and I don't know, maybe if all things go well, we might be moved in by the time this video goes up, or almost moved in, so fingers crossed for future me. So anyway, back to candy corn. That took such a turn. That was crazy. Okay. Since roughly half of Americans were farmers in the 1800s, candy manufacturers produced agricultural-themed sweets for the masses of American farm children. Goldit's Candy Company found the recipe in 1898 and marketed it as chicken feed. Since farmers didn't have the technology to create hybrid corn at that point yet, corn was still widely just animal feed. Thus, candy corn packaging presented a rooster and the words "King of the Candy Corn Fields." Eventually, due to advertising initiatives, the candy became popularized as a Halloween treat. That's really interesting. I definitely didn't know that. Also, a gross thing to think about, even though I love candy corn. Also, have you ever seen those things that, like, if you, like, stack candy corn, like, putting the small side in and the wider piece out, that, like, if you stack them, it, like, looks like corn on the cob. Did anyone ever see that before? If not, look it up. Number 3, Thanksgiving gave us the TV dinner. Swanson salesman Jerry Thomas. I don't know what the fuck is going on. It just sounds like things are falling all over the place. Hopefully it's not loud in the video because I really don't feel like editing. Anyway, Swanson salesman Jerry Thomas thought of the idea for frozen dinners in 1953 after seeing that his company had 260 tons of frozen turkey left over after Thanksgiving, sitting in 10 refrigerated railroad cars. Since the refrigeration in the train cars only worked well in motion, the train moved back and forth between Nebraska and the East Coast until a better plan was hatched. That's interesting. Also, I do like turkey. I know that's like another, like, some people are like anti-turkey for Thanksgiving or anti-turkey in general. I love turkey. I think it's very good. I love it with some cranberry sauce. Or sweet potatoes on top. That's good. I don't like gravy. I'm not a gravy person. I would much rather have like something sweet on my turkey. But anyway, very interesting. Number 4, Monster Mash was banned in the UK. BBC released an article titled 8 Songs Banned by the BBC for the Strangest of Reasons in 2017. It explained that Monster Mash was banned because the BBC failed to see the funny side and viewed lyrics like it was a graveyard smash as too morbid. While this 1962 was number 1 on the American Billboard charts, it didn't reach the United Kingdom until 1973 when it went to number 3. That is so funny. Yeah, that's so funny. Number 5, Thanksgiving's date was set to help Great Depression recovery. The specific day and even month to celebrate Thanksgiving varied between presidents until President Abraham Lincoln declared in an 1863 proclamation that it would occur on the last Thursday of November. However, mid-Depression, Thanksgiving was going to be on the very last day of November. This concerned President Franklin D. Roosevelt that the economy would suffer due to a shortened Christmas season. Thus, a second presidential proclamation was issued moving Thanksgiving to the second to last Thursday in November. What is happening? What is happening? By the way, I'm filming this at 9:40 at night on a Saturday. I don't know what is going on. Anyway, Not all states agreed with this proclamation, with 32 celebrating with the president and 16 celebrating on the traditional last Thursday. This divide continued for 2 years until Congress set the federal holiday to be the fourth Thursday in November. Okay, I'm gonna sound super dumb, but I just thought Thanksgiving was like based on, like I thought the date was based on something. I didn't know it was like up for debate. Like I thought it like had to do with something like everything being settled, like the pilgrims. I don't know. I did not know that this was like a thing. The more you know. Number 6, early pumpkin pies had pumpkins as the crust. Americans in New England were obsessed with pumpkins, which like same. They brewed pumpkin ale, they added dried pumpkin to flips, and they stewed pumpkin as vegetable. Since it grew so naturally, colonists got creative with how to cook it. One of the earliest New England pumpkin pie recipes involved filling a hollowed-out pumpkin with spice-sweetened milk and cooking it directly in a fire. By 1796, pumpkin pie largely resembled what we have today. Amelia Simmons, an American orphan, published a cookbook including her recipe for pumpkin pudding. You might try using her recipe. The Library of Congress preserved this autumn. That's interesting. I love pumpkin pie. It's one of my favorite things ever. Like a good pumpkin pie. Oh, delicious. I am definitely like a pie person in general, but pumpkin pie is absolutely like so good. Number 7, trick-or-treating goes back to the Celts. In what's now called Ireland, the Celts dressed up like evil spirits to celebrate the end of their year on November 1st. They believed that as the year transitioned to the next, the dead and the living would overlap, and demons would roam the earth again. Dressing as evil spirits would fool the actual demons, and the living Celt would be left alone. Christianity spread into Celtic areas in the 9th century. In 1000 AD, the Catholic Church established November 2nd as All Souls Day, and is widely believed today that the Church was attempting to replace the Celtic Festival of the Dead with a related Church-sanctioned holiday. All Souls Day and Samhain were celebrated similarly, with the public dressing as angels, devils, and saints. In Middle English, All Saints' Day is All Hallows, and people began to call the night before All Hallows Eve. Thus, we have Halloween. That's interesting. Oh, here's another like Halloween-y one. Number 8, jack-o'-lanterns come from an Irish legend. This fable comes from Celtic Ireland during Samhain, their October 31st holiday marking the new year. On this night, evil spirits roamed the earth, and in order to protect their homes, families would carve menacing faces into turnips and leave them outside. That, by the way, I did know that like pumpkin carving actually originated with turnips, not pumpkins. One version of the story, according to Irish myth, involves a man named Jack who keeps tricking the devil. First, he invites the devil for a drink and convinces him to shapeshift into a coin to pay for it. Instead of paying for the drink, he puts the coin in his pocket and also sticks in a cross so the devil can't shapeshift back. He makes a deal with the devil, saying he'll let him free if he promises not to let him into hell and to leave him alone for a year. The devil agrees, and Jack lets him free. A year later, the devil finds him again, and Jack convinces him to climb a tree to eat more delicious fruit. While the devil's up there, he carves a cross into the trunk, and the devil can't get down. They make another deal with the devil, promising that he won't bother Jack for 10 more years. And that time, Jack dies, and the devil, true to his word, doesn't let him into hell. However, Jack also isn't allowed into heaven, so he's forced to wander the earth forever. The devil apparently had some sympathy on Jack because he tossed up a piece of coal so he wouldn't have to wander in complete darkness. Jack stuck the coal in a carved-out turnip, and it became a jack-o'-lantern. That is such a cool story. I love that story. Number 9, the Greek legend for autumn. The Greek legend of autumn comes from Persephone, goddess of vegetation. She was picking flowers one day when Hades, god of the underworld, fell madly in love with her. He took her back to the underworld with him, making her his queen. Persephone's mom, Demeter, goddess of harvest, was so distraught she refused to let anything grow. Zeus saw that a massive famine was killing everyone on Earth, so he had Persephone be returned to Demeter. However, before Hades let Persephone go, he made her eat some pomegranate. Persephone was unaware of the rule that if anyone ate food from a different realm, they were forced to stay in that realm. Zeus heard about this and gave Persephone an exception, saying she only had to live with Hades for half the year. Thus, while Persephone was on Earth with her mom, Demeter let things grow, spring and summer. And while Persephone reigned as queen of the underworld, Demeter made all vegetation die, fall and winter. Oh, that is such an interesting story. I'd never heard that before. Had you guys heard that about harvest, autumn, and this legend? Oh, that is so interesting. Number 10. This is kind of a stupid one, but Americans used to celebrate October 31st by sending Halloween cards. Part of the holiday used to involve exchanging seasonal cards with friends and neighbors. The Henry Ford Museum has a photo of an old Halloween card from 1930 with a witch brewing a ghost in a cauldron. It says, "Ghouls and witches, baths and owls, hear the ghostly shrieks and howls. While the night is cold and chill, witches wander forth at will." I mean, I feel like people still, maybe like for little kids, not like, maybe it's not so dumb, like, obviously like adults aren't sending each other Halloween cards, but I feel like when you go to the store, you could definitely still see like Hallmark cards for Halloween. No? Is that not true? I feel like you can. I'm like still so obsessed with the Greek story and the jack-o'-lantern. Those two are like really, I'm like very invested in those. So yeah, that's so interesting. I feel like a bunch of these were actually really good, so I hope that you guys love them too. This definitely isn't like a super long video, but I just like love reading and talking about all these things that are super like seasonally specific right now. I feel like this is good because it gives like a break. I've been doing like a lot of spooky stuff, like I did urban legends before. I don't know if that's coming before or after this video in terms of upload. Well, not upload, it's been uploaded, but I don't know if it's going out before this one. And then I did like a Halloween thing that wasn't like really scary, but I did like a Halloween thing, so it was nice to like move away from Halloween and talk a little more generally like about autumn, and not to focus just on spooky stuff, because I'm also like, I have like a true crime thing that I'm going to be doing, and then I have one about like scary stories, I think, if I get to it, that I wanted to do. So like I just wanted to do something that wasn't so spooky, and you know, for people that don't like that kind of stuff, something like this is kind of chill, and also really easy to fall asleep to. So that was my goal with this video. I know it's not as long as some of my other ones, but hopefully you still like it. As always, like this video if you liked it. Comment if you know any fun facts about the autumn or fall season. By the way, actually, I can throw another fact in there, because I was reading, I was looking for like a good article. I was reading like why, so autumn stems from like the, hold on, okay, so British English or Old English like refer to the season as autumn. It comes from the Latin word autumnus, which like refers to the passing of the year, but fall is like the American version, which like stems from an Old English word fialin, which means like to fall from a height, and references trees for leaves falling from the trees. So that's just an extra fact for you about fall and autumn. If you made it this far, you will have gotten that one, that extra fact. So feel free to comment a leaf down below if you stuck it out and heard that fact. So we'll see how many leaves we get in the comments. But yeah, guys, so I hope that you liked it. Like it if you did. Comment. Don't forget to comment those leaves. And of course, if you're not subscribed already, please subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Okay. Bye, guys. Bye, guys. Bye, guys.